tiro al callejón, pues que sea que se escondió. Asoma el melón y se dé cuenta quién llegó. Se llama John David.
Alright, let's see what we have today on the Idaho 4 and Bryan Kohberger case. Let's see what we got here. Is he live? Is he live? Big shout out to lawyers that you know. Big shout out to lawyers you know. Big shout out to lawyers you know. It hit different when we send shout outs to Pedro. Big shout out to you, Pedro. Big shout out to Peter. Lawyers you know. That was 7 days ago. You got anything new today? Let's see what Peter got to say.
What's up, everybody? And welcome back. We're at it again this afternoon. More stuff happening. We were going to talk about just the potentially planted DNA evidence, or at least allegations of such, in the Kohberger case. And then the alibi notice was filed. It was actually filed yesterday, July 24th, which was the deadline. So we're going to look at that and discuss that. That's actually very, very,
you know what?
a lot of different things you can take and learn from that alibi filing.
I don't think y'all be able to hear it.
But first, it's going to be what's up, everybody? And welcome back. We're at it again this afternoon. More stuff happening. We were going to talk about
Can y'all hear him?
The potentially planted DNA evidence, or at least allegations of such, in the Kohberger case. And then
you hear it?
The alibi notice was
Big shout out to Jackie.
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? And welcome back. We're at it again this afternoon. More stuff happening. We were going to talk about just the potentially planted DNA evidence, or at least allegations of such, in the Kohberger case. And then the alibi notice was filed. It was actually filed yesterday, July 24th, which was the deadline. So we're going to look at that and discuss that. That's actually very, very interesting, and a lot of different things you can take and learn from that alibi filing. So we're going to get to that. But first, it's going to be the DNA evidence, the allegations of it being planted. I want to answer your questions there. I want to go through what you think about it, because it's really going to come down to a lot that we still don't know, but whether or not it is potentially material to the defense. And that's really what I think is really important about this discussion. So before we jump in, hit that like button. So anybody else that's out there that's waiting on this video, it'll pop up on their homepage on YouTube so they can come and join us as well. So we can kind of talk through these two major Kohberger issues together. Oh, and then at the very end of the video, for anybody that wants to stick around, we are going to announce the winners of all of those 250K subscriber giveaways. I've got a full list of everyone's name that won. So if you want to stick around, if you tried to win any of those if you're a subscriber, then you had a chance to win. So let's get to it here.
Big shout out to Jackie.
Where did we even get to this potentially planted DNA evidence? Well, it's been referenced in some of the filings, so I want to bring one of them up. This is the reply in support of the motion for protective order. The state trying to protect or stop Kohberger from getting some of this DNA evidence, specifically the IgG information and how they built the family tree and how they got to Kohberger with the DNA. So let's read this paragraph first to start. As best the state can tell, the defendant is not asserting that B or C apply to the IgG information, and B or C reference above. This is the only way they can get the information. A is are material to the preparation of the defense. That's the big question we're trying to answer. B and C are intended for use by the prosecutor as evidence at trial. It seems like they're not asserting that, and even if they were, the prosecutor is saying categorically that is not true. Or C was obtained from the defendant or belonged to the defendant. It doesn't seem like they're asserting that either. I would agree with the prosecutor. The main argument for the defense is that this is, in fact, material to the defense. Therefore, presumably, then, the defendant was attempting to show how the IgG information is material to the preparation of his defense when he asserted that someone other than the defendant may have placed his DNA on the K-bar knife sheath. So just that statement alone, which they cite the actual objection there. Someone else may have placed the DNA there. We know it's touch DNA. We know it can be transferred from person to person or object to object. We know that Bryan Kohberger went to a nearby school. We know that he is in school even though he is older. We know that this is a party house. We know a lot of people in and out, okay? So with all of that, I don't think that it is out of left field for the defense to argue that the DNA got there some other way than Bryan Kohberger. So the word placed, I think, has a certain intent behind it, but I can place something down or accidentally place something somewhere, so it still could potentially be an accident. All right, and that is referencing their actual objection at page 4. So that to me doesn't have necessarily a nefarious implication that the touch DNA could have gotten there some other way than Bryan Kohberger, which is true, it could have. Not saying it did, but it could have. But the state is at a loss as to how that theory supports a claim that the IgG information is material to the preparation of his defense. The SNP profile used in the IgG was created from the same DNA used for the STR analysis, and the state is providing the SNP profile and information related to the STR analysis and discovery. So it's like, it's all the same, Judge. Well, if it's all the same, why aren't you producing this? Because it's not all the same. If the defendant, and then here's the last sentence, if the defendant wishes to explore the theory that his DNA was planted on the K-bar knife sheath, he is free to do so. But the family tree created by the FBI has no relevance to that theory. So I have a lot of thoughts on this. First off, DNA planted. They didn't reference specifically where Kohberger's team said that, but they do mention that this may be a theory Kohberger's team may be going under, that this DNA was planted on the K-bar sheath. Now, it doesn't say that it was planted by law enforcement. I'm going through in my head all the questions I have, all the things people are asking me, basically boiled down to, did law enforcement plant Kohberger's DNA on the sheet? I don't even necessarily think that's being said in this motion. It was potentially placed there by who knows or what, or it was planted there again, not specifically by law enforcement. Could have been he was set up or somebody else there, or he was the driver even, and they wanted to pin it on him. So a lot of unknowns, right? But if it was placed there or planted there by law enforcement or someone else, if that is the theory of the defense or one of the theories of defense, we're getting pretty far down the road as to why the IGG and the family tree created, in my opinion, would at least be material to the defense of the discovery period. That does not mean it's admissible at trial. But if they are going to with a theory that, let's just say law enforcement planted the DNA, because that's the question I've gotten the most. If they are going with that theory, if law enforcement started the family tree with Kohberger and worked backwards, that could be material. If they did 15 family trees and not just Kohberger's, that could be material for a number of reasons. Number one, to show they weren't just focused on him. Number two, to show there might be some other suspects, which they do argue. But was Kohberger the trunk or the roots or whatever it would be, or was he a branch on the family tree based on some unknown profile? Or was his name put in first to build this family tree? Some of this information can come out in depositions. Some of it can come out in some other documents potentially. But if they're saying it was planted, if they're saying they targeted Kohberger, if they're saying that they wanted to make sure they got Kohberger, then how the family tree was built could be important. Could be. Which is why it should be discoverable. My opinion. They make arguments that you don't get everything in discovery. You don't get everything done in an investigation, and that's true. And I got the question, well, can't the defense just say anything is their theory of the case, having no reason to actually believe that, and then they can get more investigation information and more discovery? Well, the defense has to actually have a good faith basis and a reasonable belief that this could be true or this could be part of their defense. Okay, so they can't just say it willy-nilly about anything. And when we're looking at this, what information do they have that potentially could make this a reasonable belief or a reasonable argument? Well, we have heard that there's no other Kohberger DNA anywhere in the apartment or on any of the victims. We have also heard that there's no victim DNA in Kohberger's house, car, or any other place Kohberger was. We've also heard there's no connection to Kohberger and the victims. Now, none of those things make this crime impossible to be committed by Kohberger. That's happened plenty of times where there's no seeming connection and they end up committing this kind of heinous crime. But if they're saying he's never been there, there's no other evidence of it, this is the only piece, and the reason this is the only piece is because it was planted, that is leading down the line of at least having a good faith, reasonable belief that this is a real possibility, and therefore they need to discover potential evidence around that theory of defense, which would make it material to their defense. Bodie, Peter, where would they get the DNA from him to plant it? That's a great question. Which is why I think timing of the family tree is important. What did they have at that time? What did they gather? It's very interesting. Like, the DNA stuff is very weird because it is the most damning piece of evidence. It is something in the probable cause affidavit that they said, even without this DNA analysis, we still have enough for probable cause. It's very strange. Who planted it is the million-dollar question. Yeah, we may never know because maybe nobody planted it, right? Patrick, happy Tuesday. Peter and the Lawyer You Know chat. I've missed you all lately. Missed you too, Patrick.
So we're gonna pause it there for a little second just to take a little take on that. Yeah, he gave fingerprints, but he applied to Moscow. I think Pullman. Yeah, Pullman. He applied for an internship with Pullman PD. So when you do that common sense, you need to be fingerprinted. It's common sense that probably We don't know. I don't know. I will do a little research on that. But in my common sense, if you're gonna apply to be part of a PD, they should take your DNA swab. They should take a sample of your DNA to run it. Or at least have DNA on file. But remember, it's touch DNA. So your assessment, Amy, your assessment is correct. Big shout out to Amy. Your assessment is totally correct. Because he have to give his fingerprints. But I think that if they get fingerprints, which is touch DNA, from the sample that they got out of the fingerprints with the sheriff, they should be able to find residue of the dye, of the tint, of the, you know, the coloring that they utilize to press your fingerprints. They should also find the coloring. Yeah, baby, go. Hold on, guys, give me 1 second. Let me give my baby son a drink real quick. But before I do that, pay attention, because it seems that for the only reason that the Ant Taylor will utilize this angle is because they know already his alibi. Even though he has not offered his alibi to the court. But Ant Taylor and Bryan Kohberger, through their conversations, he already told her his alibi. It makes sense? Let chat with Peter. Let me let chat with my guy Peter.
Amber, why would they pick him to plant it? Another great question, Amber.
Why they pick him to plant
Great
it?
question. I have no idea.
Why they pick Bryan Kohberger?
So the only thing I could think is
before he give his before he give his assessment on that, I believe that they pick and choose Bryan Kohberger because he's the only stranger of the area. He spent 2 to 3 months in Pullman before he got blamed for this crime. 2 to 3 months. 2 to 3 months with all this shit that he had going on. Where he gonna have the mind and the brains to even think about the shit that they say he was thinking? It makes no sense. You're brand new in the area. You don't know no one. Of course, you're gonna act a little awkward because you don't trust people. And you're gonna treat people just as like, in the same way they treat you. So he spent 2 to 3 months in Pullman before he got blamed for this crime. And he comes from Pennsylvania. He don't have no attachment to no one within the area. He don't know no one. He just there picking and choosing for a very good education. He wanted a PhD. So that's a good college to get a PhD from. But he don't know no one. No one went to high school with him from Pullman or Moscow. So he's a total stranger. Of course they're gonna pick him Of course they're gonna pick him because he's the only outcast. Let's pick this random guy and attach it to him and let's talk crazy about him. We don't know this guy. Who gives a fuck about this guy? We're gonna pick him and fuck it, let it roll. That's my opinion.
Pressure from the outside and the victims to get somebody. Maybe they found out he drove the right car in question, and somehow they got his DNA or something was in the system, which it seems like it wasn't, and planted it. But I agree. I think that's a great question as well, and that's something you better believe the state's going to bring up if this is something that the defense wants to go with. Welcome to Sid and all the new members today. Melstar, anyone watching this Shaw Business trial? I have watched some of it, and actually I am doing a video tonight on it that's going to post, that's going to talk about what's happened in the trial so far and dive into deeply and answer a lot of questions about the two pleas, the two phases, the not guilty versus not guilty by reason of insanity, the differences, why it's set up like that, how different it is, if it is different from other states. So hit that subscribe button and the bell to remind you so you don't miss any videos we post. Okay. So let's get into the alibi now. Okay, so now the alibi was due July 24th, and it was reported that all of the grand jury information was going to be produced on.
Before Pedro keeps the conversation, let me take a look at real quick. Let me take a look at Jrod real quick. New York, I thought that Amy, hell yes, or he knew the person. They were cutting up lines one night. He touched it at a party or whatnot. You see, Liz, I think it's more nefarious than that. If you allow me to interject with that, I believe that it's more nefarious than that. Because again, it's no connection. So for that to happen in a party, he has to have some kind of connection. Remember, from Pennsylvania, in an area that you don't know, he's in Pullman. He's in Pullman. He will get to know people in Pullman way before. Again, he spent only 2 to 3 months before he got blamed for this in the area. He still haven't got his feet wet. He don't know no one. So how he gonna go to a party that he don't know no one? Like, what's the connection? You know what I mean? Like, I know that sometimes, you know, when I was in college, you know, I got to know a lot of people. Like when I was in college, like I got to know a lot of people that I did not know. You know what I mean? And we end up cool. You know what I mean? We have the ciphers and, you know, hi baby, love you. We have we met through ciphers and we met through different activities of the college and stuff like that. I did. So, you know, it's a possibility, but I did went to some frat parties, even some sorority parties that I got invited to. But that was like around mid-semester. Like we don't start partying right away in college, at least in the area that I was. Like you don't get to trust people to go to no party, especially around these days, you know, with the COVID-19 and all this other shit. Especially him, if indeed he was some kind of like germophobic. Just imagine through all the issues that he went through to the pandemic of COVID-19. Around the time of the event, we still in the middle of just coming out of a pandemic. And some people still wear gloves, still wear masks, especially if they have PTSD out of that. And some people that got PTSD out of the being locked up in the house, scared of coming out the house because COVID-19. So whenever they come out the house, they glove up, mask, you know what I'm saying, turtleneck, like, you know what I mean? So I don't think, if you ask me, and this information is right, I don't think he got, like, if he socialized with people, I believe that he would have socialized with Pullman locals way before he reached out to Moscow. Because again, you don't know no one in Pullman, no one in Moscow. You live in Pullman. Your college is on Pullman. So if you don't know Pullman yet, how you gonna skip to Moscow? I repeat, when you a new person in a new setting, in a new town, new city, the first things that you do is getting to know your local area. This guy only have 2 to 3 months between doing his college shit, being a teacher's assistant, applying for Pullman PD. You know what I'm saying? Like all this shit in 3 months, all this shit that he had going on. So you have to have a level of awareness. Like it seems that he was totally focused on his future. But again, right, you get to know, let's say it's a bigger chance, which again I doubt, because again Kopaka don't have nothing to do with this case. At this day today is no link with Kopaka in this case. But just for reference, he have a better chance to meet Kopaka and Pullman than go and meet these people in Moscow. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? If I'm not making sense, y'all free to tell me though. Let me go back to the commentation. Total background test too. Yes, of course. And he had a clean record. All this shit that they talking about, he's stealing his sister's cell phone and all this shit, is no confirmation of that. They could have used that narrative just to put salt on the wound. It's no confirmation. They were using the excuse. They could have got, what you might call that? They could have expunged that from his record. But that don't like you can't even say that. Like if a record is expunged, you will not find, like it's gone. There's nothing there to talk about. I read like when you know what I'm saying. So it's like, how they gonna say the cell phone shit about his sister when there's no proof of it? So at this day today, he has a clean record. No police contact. He had only one police contact, and was the day that he called 911 to open the gates of a park because he got locked in inside of a park. So he called 911 to see if the rangers come and open the gates so he could go home. That was the only police contact that this guy has ever had on record. And then if they say that he was on heroin, that when he was in high school, that he was like in bad path with bad people, and he was on some kind of drug addiction and stuff like that. So now explain that to me. Because all that narrative about him being in drugs when he was in high school is what people say. He say and she say. He say and she say. Where's the proof of that? Where's the proof that he was indeed in drugs in high school? Because guess what? We have seen in my personal life, when I was in high school, I have seen friends of mine that they were chubby when we were in middle school. They were chubby. So they went to high school chubby. And as soon as they grew up, they went to high school and they start like learning, you know, girls and stuff like that. Then you're going to start taking care of yourself. As you could tell, he was like in a little military group doing push-ups and stuff. So how can we not believe that he started doing push-ups and taking care of his physique, and it didn't have nothing to do with drugs? Because we all know, we all heard this story. Oh my God, he was like 300 pounds not long ago, and now he's skinny. Or he buff, you know what I'm saying? Like he was fat, and then now he's buff and slender and stuff like that. Well, because people end up caring about themselves at some point in life. Especially if they want to have some female companionship and stuff like that. And you see your physique is not looking accordingly to the competition that you got out there. Of course, in high school, you're going to start doing your exercise. You're playing your basketball, playing your baseball, doing exercise. And you're going to lose those pounds. You're going to start eating healthy and stuff. That really don't mean that you was on heroin. That really don't mean that you was in drugs. Where's the proof that Bryan Kohberger was in drugs back in the days in high school? Because the only thing that we get is whatever he say, she say. But if you on heavy drugs in high school, when you at dum, I repeat, if you are on heavy drugs, heroin, crack, meth, whatever, heavy drugs, while you in high school, while you still a dumb. Don't you think he would have got arrested for something like buying drugs or something? Don't you think he would have got arrested? Don't you think he would have had some kind of police contact? Don't you think that we will have record of Bryan Kohberger while he was in high school getting arrested? Or having police contact because he went to a drug spot and he got caught at the drug spot, or he got caught on the hand in hand or something like that, or he was caught somewhere doped up and they called the ambulance on him. Like, we would have records. If he was on heavy drugs in high school, 9 times out of 10 is police contact. Because in high school, you still dumb. And we utilizing what my brother taught, common sense. Just common sense. Let's go back to the commentary here in the chat room. Okay, we got to the what New York said that they could be a touch DNA from a party that he went. You see, that could have happened, but at the same time, I see that as a far reach. Just because, again, you'll get more accommodated around your local area. Because again, if you don't know your local area, you know what I mean? Like if you're not going to the local pubs or the local clubs and the local in your area, you 9 times out of 10 you wanna mingle with people in your area. If you ask me, for me, like, yeah, he probably went to Moscow and again, this is not confirmed that he was going to that veggie pizza shop or whatever stuff. Like, this is not confirmed. No one from that restaurant has said not a fucking thing. They don't. It's nothing there. It's nothing that they could bring to court and say that, yeah, Bryan Kohberger used to come here to eat lean food. It's not gonna come out on trial because it's no one coming forward to say that. Because obviously it did not happen. It's just these mofos looking for a connection just because Maddie and Santa used to work there. Now you try to have a connection. Oh yeah, he probably, because this is what they say. Oh, he probably used to go there. Just because they try to make a connection with this guy. But again, it's no connection. The lawyer not gonna risk her license or getting a charge of perjury, lying about this on a court document. Even her giving these possibilities that the DNA was placed. If it's no factual information on that, she could lose her license. She could be looked in some perjury. Because now you're defending this guy in court with lies. Ain't no one gonna do that. Ain't no one gonna risk their whole life for one person that they don't even know. Ann Taylor didn't knew Bryan Kohberger until she did not knew Bryan Kohberger until she became his representative. Do you think Ann Taylor will lie in court for Bryan Kohberger? Do you think she's gonna like saying like, well, it's no DNA, it's no connection, it's nothing the fuck, like, why the fuck my client is here? Again, it's not her job to find who's the killer. Her job is to get Bryan Kohberger the fuck out of this situation. Let's check. Let me check the chat room. Total background test too. Yeah. Okay. Amy. Oh yeah. Also, I heard they collected. I heard he collected, bought and sold knives. But you see, but it's no confirmation out of that. That again, everything we has heard, it needs to be confirmed. Nothing that we have heard of Bryan Kohberger is confirmed at this day today. It's all he say, she say. In court documents, we don't see that nowhere. You know what I mean? So it's true because I heard it too. It's true because I heard that too. I heard that narrative. But then I started digging in the investigation about the possibility of him buying and sell. And we don't see nothing. Like, yeah, they have knives at the house over there. Yeah, they probably collected knives and stuff, but we haven't heard nothing yet. You know, it's like me at home. Like, I got knives and shit. Like, I got knives and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I got knives everywhere. And I got Glocks and ARs and motherfucking whatever the fuck I want. Yeah, I do have it. I got big knives. I got little knives. That don't mean shit. It's knives everywhere around this house. Different styles of knives. That don't mean that I collect them. I just own them. I like knives. I love knives. Don't mean that I collect them. I just like knives. You know, they talking about Puerto Ricans. We like to cut people sometimes. I don't know. That's what they say, right? That's again, he say and she say. That they say that Puerto Rican are good with the knife work. I don't know. But again, just because, you know what I mean, because you have knives around your house, that don't mean that you collect them. It just, us guys, we just like safety. We you know what I'm saying? Like, someone try to invade your house and stuff like that. You want to have something. You want to have your Glock around you. You want to have your knife around you. You want to have your pepper spray around you. You know what I'm saying? You want to have your pepper spray around you. Knives, Glocks. Mini ARs, big ARs. 22s, 30s, 16s, 17s. 17 Glock is good. I love it. My favorite is a 30 Glock. I don't like 40 Glocks because they are. I'd rather to have efficiency than efficiency is way better than not have an accurate shot because the thing got a kick. I'd rather just like and have do the damage that I need to do while I'm accurate. 40 Glocks and yeah, you know what I'm saying? It hurt the risk if you popping shit for a while. Your wrist get like I shouldn't done that. But yeah, that was a good take though. That was a good take. Let me see what else we got. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you see, yeah, I know you said that you don't know if it's truth. But yeah, I heard it too, though. I heard it too, Amy. I heard it, and I have looked into it. I got the message. I'm tired laughing. I got the text, bro. I'll look at it in a little bit. Yeah, I heard that, Amy, but I haven't find nothing about that, honey. Upstairs New York. Wow, is it possible to slaughter 4 people and not leave not one drop of DNA? Facts. Amy, brilliant. Thank you, honey. Fingerprints are now all computer, no ink on the finger, just touch screen. You see, they could have got that. They could have got that touch. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right, Todd. You're right. They could have got that touch DNA out of that. They could have got it right out of that, though. You're right. Amy, read it. Jackie, thank you for making me a moderator. Nah, thank you, honey. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Mi casa es su casa. Welcome home. Amy, Reddit post, and I think Fry scared of having guy like BK around because they corrupt. You see, yeah, I totally agree with that. I totally agree with the point that a guy that is not associated to no one in those towns, it will be looked at, especially when it's a guy that he seems that smart, that he seems that he could get into reading between the lines and see a little farther than what's going on. They could have seen this guy as a danger to them. because they couldn't see that he has a high criteria on ethic, and that could scare Pullman PD and alerted Moscow PD. Because as you could tell, Moscow and Pullman work together, even though they are in two different states. But they cross state lines to work together, which I don't know how that shit works. I don't know the legality on that, because if you're from two different states crossing borderlines from one state to another to work together and shit, I don't know the legality in that. Todd, since 2017 for sure. Experience. Jackie, very true. Amy, BK wanted to teach them yes. He literally wanted to teach Pullman PD about how to process forensic data, modern forensic data. You see that face? If you ask me, they picked the wrong one to fuck with. Hold on. It seems that the Moscow PD is fucking with the wrong one too. Or in this case, the right one. This is why I've been telling y'all. Oh shit, I got people. Oh, hold on. I got. Hey, big shout out to the 13 viewers that we got here. Big shout out. It hit different when we got 13 viewers on Twitch. It hit different. And big shout out to the 13 viewers that we have on Twitch right now. It hit different. We're breaking records right now. Big shout out to everyone watching right now. It hit different. I had the mic off. So y'all be listening. So y'all listen to the video that I'm sharing. And I'm over here in YouTube right now. I'm in YouTube live right now. Go and check the TheOnPointFamily channel in YouTube. The TheOnPointFamily channel in YouTube. We are talking about the Idaho 4 and Bryan Kohberger case. Big shout out to the 13 people that we have in the building. I wasn't even paying attention. I'm sorry, guys. I'm very, very sorry, guys. I'm over here in YouTube talking to our community, and I totally did not realize that we have 13 people watching our live stream of Michelle Farts in Twitch. Wow. Big shout out to y'all. Please follow. Make sure you follow. Make sure you follow the channel. Show some support. And please enjoy the show. We'll be right back here on Twitch. We'll be here on Twitch for long hours. So enjoy the show. Thank you for being here. We've been here for 6 hours and 55 minutes. All of you are so appreciated. Thank you for being here. Sorry for not even paying attention to the Twitch chat. Big shout out to everyone in the chat room right now. Big shout out. It hit different. The 13 people. We have never had 13 people on Twitch at the same time. It hit different. I love my son. Hey, big shout out, and it hit different. It hit different when we have 14 people on Twitch right now. We got 14 people on Twitch right now. It hit different. Big shout out to everyone on Twitch right now. Twitch is popping right now. Twitch is popping right now. We got 14 people on Twitch. We got 16 people on YouTube. So much appreciated, guys. Make sure that you follow us so you get your best true crime commentary and analysis. I'm the host of the most, Jrod on Point. I'm natural from YouTube. My big channel is on YouTube. I'm here in Twitch because I wanna try Twitch out. I wanna see what the Twitch community have to offer. And I appreciate all of you being here right now. This is amazing. Guys, out of nowhere, the Twitch algorithm brought 12 to 13 people. This is amazing, guys. I'm so excited. Thank you so much. This is dope. You know what? So I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna let the video roll. So like that you enjoy what we got going on here in this show. Enjoy the show, guys. We have a good show. Y'all gonna love the content. This is YouTube content that I'm bringing to Twitch because I want everyone to learn what we got going on in YouTube. But of course, if Twitch is starting to getting hot, I'll be here too. It hit different. Big shout out to the 12 to 13 people that we have in the building. Big shout out to Pletak Noxna. Big shout out to you. Nafan Concalver. Big shout out to you. Crime means code blend. Oh, boom. Big shout outs to you. It hit different. I'm sorry if I slaughter your name though. Oh, nice. Fireworks and stuff like that. Okay. Hello, I tested the first service. Okay. Hey, big shout out to everyone that is watching. Big shout out to Twitch TV. Thank you for being here. Y'all gonna see me talking to our chat room. We have a very good show going on in YouTube right now. We got 17 people on YouTube right now. We got 12 over here on Twitch. Thank you for being here, guys. Now I'm gonna mute myself here. Y'all gonna see me talking to the YouTube stream. But y'all gonna be listening to me, okay? Y'all gonna be listening to me in the video. This is some very good content that y'all will enjoy. I promise you. You will enjoy it. This is very uncut, very forward, very straight up. So if you are around those people that are very straightforward and don't like the bullshit, you're in the right channel right now. Let's continue. Oh my God. Okay. Let me keep taking care before we keep the conversation. I have how I'm doing in battery. The battery. Okay, we're good in battery. Let me where we were. Okay, yeah, he wanted to teach him forensics. Not a local, should be upstate New York. That knife could have been on someone's desk in the PD and BK. Look at it once. Facts. Yes, sis. Big shout out to Liz. Yes. But I cannot understand how someone could kill 4 people in so terribly the way they were tore up. Yes. Not leave a drop of the real DNA behind. Just some silly touch of DNA. Yes. That's what I'm saying. Like how it's gonna be no Not one drop of DNA of Kohberger. Obviously, Santa and Ethan put up a fight. It couldn't be one person. It could not be one person, because if Ethan and Santa was fighting at the same time, that tells you that it was 2 to 3 people. If Ethan and Santa had defensive wounds, that means that it was a fight between Ethan, Santa, and possible 2 others or 3 others. Possibly male and female. Possibly male and female. It's no far reach. It's no far reach. What else we got here? Being all over that house. Yes, I know. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It was a slaughterhouse. They said death by stabbing. When they said death by stabbing, you use a knife and you stab someone. And you pull the knife out. You stab people. I want to make clear. You stab people. Death by stabbing. That means you're stabbing people. That means you're stabbing people. These young adults, they had limbs hanging. How do I know that? It's for you to find out how I know that. It's for me to tell you and you to find out how I know that. But the victims were chopped. When you stab, you get holes, right? You get holes. But then you're getting slashed. The coroner cannot confirm at this day today that a K-bar knife were used in the commission of this murder. As we speak, the coroner cannot confirm that a K-bar was used in the commission of this crime. It's no time of death. It's not a possible weapon that they could identify that it was used in the commission of this crime. How can they prove that that knife sheath was the knife sheath of the K-bar that it was used in the commission of this crime? Yeah, okay?
Yeah,
That's you, Juan?
I'm okay.
All right, you need to do me a favor, Poppy. Don't be walking around looking at your tablet. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
If you're gonna walk around the house, please shut off the tablet or just do what you need to do, but keep the tablet somewhere. Because that's how you fall. While you walking, looking at your tablet, not paying attention where you walking at. You be careful. I don't need you to be getting hurt, baby. Love you. All right, big boy. Yeah, he walks around the house. That's what I was looking at him earlier. Because he was walking by me and he was walking like a zombie with his tablet in front of him and walk like he literally just looking at the tablet while he's walking around the house. That's dangerous. What else we got here? Yeah, the DNA should be all over the house. It should be DNA under the fingernails. If it was a fight, where's the DNA under the fingernails? Where's the DNA under the fingernails? It was a fight, right? And if you're getting stabbed, you're gonna claw, you're gonna try, you're gonna do anything you need to do. Where's the DNA under the nails? Where is it? Yeah, Moscow and Pullman, yeah, WSU, and yeah, they work together though. Yeah. Todd, I would have been a crime scene unlike anything since OJ. Yes. Yeah, it would be a mess. Listen, if the blood of the second floor, was pouring out through the walls outside, just imagine how bad and gruesome was the third floor. Remember, Kiely got the worst of everyone. I don't want to be graphic, but it needs to be said. In the beginning of this investigation, it was information out there that had Kiely gutted with her insides out, hanging from the ceiling fan. Ask Crime Sleuthing. I repeat, ask Crime Sleuthing. Big shout out to Crime Sleuthing. Ask Crime Sleuthing. That's how bad these motherfuckers did these young people, these young adults. Yeah, on Reddit. And it's something else that they say in the same sentence that I'm not going to say here. I'm not going to say here. I'm not going to say here. I'm not going to say here what they did to her. I'm not going to say here. Y'all know the name. Y'all know the name. The Goncalves confirmed that this was not a drive-by looking for victims. The Goncalves confirmed that whoever killed these young adults knew them personally. If you ask me, a broken heart is very dangerous. I repeat, a broken heart and a manhood taken is very fucking dangerous when that happened to a weak individual. A person that don't know how to take an L like Michelle farts. A person that don't know how to take an L they have never taken an L, and you take your first L, and that first L, it has to do with the love of your life. Especially if you found out that whoever you thought she was, she wasn't. You probably thought she was the perfect wife, huh? I'm sorry to tell you, but a broken heart, a man's broken heart, especially if he's being instigated by a new girlfriend, especially if he's being instigated by the new girlfriend. Are you gonna let her do that? Do you like that? Damn, everybody's laughing at you. All four knew about it, but you? While you was around of all of them for years and years and years? You know her since middle school, being boyfriend and girlfriend forever and ever, and y'all was supposed to get married. Huh? Until you discovered that secret, huh? Whatever that was. And you flipped the fuck out. And knew that if you didn't catch her at that moment, you wouldn't be able to catch her. Never. Because she was going to Texas. Outside of your comfort zone. You bitch ass man. I don't even want to mention your name right now. Because I think everyone knows about who the fuck I'm talking about. If you ask me, he looked like a pussy. He don't look no tough. He don't look no tough like those guys that they go through something in life and know how to fucking put the chin up and take care of shit. And deal with shit. Especially shit that it will shake your fucking bones. You knew. Big shout out to Jrod. Jrod, thank you for being here. Let me fix that real quick, Jrod. There you go, honey. You got your wrench here, honey. Thank you for being here, Jrod. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. I just catch you being here. Thank you so much. Cable Digital Grenades. Big shout out to Cable Digital. Snipers, keep an eye open. But let me go back to the comment section. New York. So how the hell is even possible? It's not like the dude crushing tiger, hitting dragon. No, I know, right? Yeah, Todd, I don't think we know the truth of how bad it was. Yes, believe me, I know. I mean, at least what is being said out there. And again, also, just looking at it from outside. Just think about it. Just looking at it from outside. When you get stabbed, it's different when you get shot. When you get shot, you're breaking into tendons, into veins, into like, it just, blood is gonna gush the fuck out. It's gonna, blood, as you chopping shit, blood is gonna be squirting everywhere and everything. I'm not trying to be graphic. But if we have blood dripping down the walls in the bottom floor from the second floor, just imagine how bad the third floor was. When Steve Goncalves said that Kiely got the worst of all four, right there you got your target. The other ones got killed because they wouldn't keep a secret. Dylan didn't got killed because they thought she couldn't keep a secret and work with him. Bethany didn't got killed because they thought she would comply with it. But what she did, she was like, nah, fuck that. I didn't know what the fuck you was about to do. And you killed my bigger sister. You killed my bigger sister from the sorority. Maddie was the bigger sister of Bethany Funky in a sorority. Of course she gonna be hurt after the event. Of course she's not gonna comply with no fucking alibi for Dylan Mortensen. You killed her older sister that he was showing in the ropes in the sorority, and I bet you they was this close. I bet you they bonded this close. And when Maddie got killed, that shit hurt her in the heart. This is why she's not giving no fucking alibi for Dylan Mortensen at all. They at war right now. They at war right now. They fucking know that too. This is why when Dylan Mortensen said that about that she needed the alibi to be in the first floor, sleeping, not hearing nothing, Bethany Funky, I bet you she said, fuck you, bitch. I don't want nothing to do with what you got going on. Y'all just killed my older sister from the sorority, motherfuckers. And you want me to give you a fucking alibi? Who the fuck you talking to? Bethany Funky said, fuck that shit. That was her older sister in the fraternity. She was showing Bethany the ropes. They have to bond together for that shit. I can't apologize about my passion because listen, I'm disgusted. I'm just disgusted. I'm just disgusted. Going back to the chat room. Yeah, I don't think we know the truth of how bad it was. Yeah, it was bad, like bad. Again, we're talking about guts hanging from the ceiling fan. It cannot get no more graphic than that. And whoever shared that on Reddit, they were bragging about it. Yeah, WSU people. Yeah, WSU. We cannot trust WSU or UOI. We cannot trust them. We cannot trust these colleges. If I was a parent with students in these colleges, I will get all my kids the fuck away from these two colleges. If you ask me, if I was a parent, we a young adult in those two colleges, I will literally get my kids the fuck away from both colleges. From both. Facts. Because I don't want my kid nowhere around that culture. Smell like they killing themselves. They killing each other. Is no loyalty. Is no principles. It seems that like a simple breakup could make someone flip the fuck out and kill their own. And then their own covering the killing of their own. Do you fucking think I will have my kids in these colleges? Hell the fuck no. Not even paying, not even with free education, motherfucker. Not even you giving my kids free education. I will not have my young adults in none of those two colleges. Both look shady. Pullman and Moscow look shady. It's a reason why big colleges pick and choose small towns. Do you want to know? Do you want to know something? It's a reason why big colleges pick small towns. Todd, if that scene wasn't a total mess, then they will brought in after the fact and plan it. Yeah. Yep. Remember, they have a whole working shift of 8 hours to do whatever the fuck they wanted inside of that house. It's tampering galore. Tampering galore. They could have moved bodies around, especially if they know that they could do it. Especially if they got authorized to tamper with the crime scene from the very top of the motherfucking University of Idaho. Especially if you already know that the very top of the University of Idaho and Greek Life Council are authorized you to do what you need to do to keep this shit on the hush hush. They had 8 hours. They could have sent their own forensic experts. The University of Idaho have their own experts in forensics. They could have sent those experts in 15 minutes to fucking temper this shit. So I'm gonna leave it there. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have no more battery in my phone. That's my alert to close the day up. The conversation was great. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I will be reading the comment section in a little bit. Yeah, stabbing is messy, but it's more messy when you're getting shot up. Like with a slash, with tomahawk or something like that. When you getting chopped up, it's way more of a mess than a K-bar knife. When you getting chopped up, it's different. It hit different. When you getting chopped up, it's different than getting stabbed though. It's more blood coming out when you getting chopped off and stuff, like veins and stuff, yeah. But big shout out, thank you so much for everyone to be here. It's your boy, the host of the most. It's Jrod on Point. I love y'all so much. Thank you for being here.